Hello everyone, I'm Cesar and I'm back with another video for Path of Exile. And in this video, I'll be running 52 young logbooks and I'll show you how much profit you can make with this strategy and also how to do it. So this video is divided into parts. The first part is about the Tujen Logbooks. I'll be talking about how much profit I made and how to run them. And the second part is about using the Tujen Reroll currency that I get, which is called exotic coinage. And also show you the profits and what to look for when rerolling with Tujen. So Tujen logbooks go for around 30 to 35 chaos, and the total investment for this project was 7.6 divines. Now I have two tabs with loot. The first one is currency, and the second one is miscellaneous maps and extra items that I drop. This one is not very good. This is where the profit is, in the currency tab. I ended up dropping 555 exotic coinage, which is actually around 22 divines. 1 divine for 25 exotic coinage. I don't have them anymore because I obviously use them for the rerolls for the later part of the video. So I replace them with this for now. But I'll show you a screenshot with the exotic coinage. That's where most of your profit comes from. And stack decks are the second big currency that you can get. I have in total 4 divines and also 60 chaos extra, only from stack decks. Then the rest is basically bubblegum currency, GCPs, regrets, scours, etc. Some fossils, you can get some gems, scarabs, catalysts. My best drop was a nurse card, which goes for around 2.7 divines. I didn't drop a single divine or anything else more than a divine, so that makes up for the lack of drops. And in total, the currency tab, I price it around 34.6 divines, give or take. I priced everything by myself. I try to be fair as well with the prices. So the profit just from the currency tab would be 27 divines. And 31 divines including the misc tab. As I said, it doesn't have much. Basically look for the ward bases that sometimes are dropped by the monsters, the expedition monsters, but you're going to get most of them from killing the boss, Borana. And if they have like a really nice base percentile, they are actually valuable. So yeah, look for 80-90% plus base percentile on these bases. The rest, maps, maybe some extra uniques that you can drop. All of that for around 40 mines. On the description of the video, I'll leave you a link to Manni's Expedition Strategy Guide. This is a very good guide, especially if you are not very familiar with Expedition. It has information on everything. Basics and definitions, Expedition in maps, Expedition logbooks, how to run the logbooks, and also vendor trading. So definitely give it a read if you have the time. If you are interested, I definitely recommend it. When buying logbooks, this is how you search them on the trade website. On map filters, you want to put area level 83. On miscellaneous, you want to put no in corrupted. And then on the stat filters, you want to look for has logbook faction, Black Scythe Mercenaries. This is the Tujen faction. And then you can also search for implicits. These are the 3 best implicits that you can get. I recommend getting at least 1. Best possible scenario, you get 2. Explosive placement range, number of explosives, and explosive radius. You can also look for areas. Areas are important because there are some good and some bad areas. These are the three bad areas: Mountainside, Rotting Temple, and Sarn Slums. Try to avoid them as much as possible. All the others are good. You can find more information on Manni's expedition guide for areas: good, neutral, and terrible. And yes, these three are on the terrible part, and I definitely agree. So here I have an Excel with all the logbooks that I ran, the 50 logbooks, with the amount of exotic coinage that I got per logbook, and the amount of baranas that I also got. So in total, I got 13 baranas, which she is the boss from Tujen Logbooks. The rate is about 20% for a natural spawn from Borana. According to POE Wiki, which is the official Wikipedia for Path of Exile. So yeah, on 50 logbooks, you can expect to find 10 Boranas. I found 13, so I got a bit lucky. And the important thing about Borana is that she drops a high amount of exotic coinage. If you notice, the maps with Borana drop a very high amount of exotic coinage compared to all the others, except for some lucky maps like number 1 or maybe number 7. Some, well, not maps, logbooks, of course. Some logbooks will be bad. You might get 0 to 1 or 2 exotic coinage. All of those are colored red. I believe I got 13. So yeah, you're not always going to get lucky. And it's important to know that there are two types of logbooks. Logbooks without Borana and logbooks with Borana. And on logbooks with Borana, with the boss, knowing this is super important. You want to get as many remnants as possible before the boss. So you have a higher reroll currency. So you have higher reroll currency drops. Basically, get the boss with your last explosive. So according to PoE Wiki, expedition bosses are affected by all previous remnants in the explosive chain and appear to gain about 5% increase artifacts and reroll currencies per remnant affecting it. So it's something very important to know. And for the remnants, these are the best remnants in my opinion, at least for Tradely. The most important one is stack decks, then pack size and item drop quantity from mobs and from chests as well. Then number of rare or magic monsters, because I noticed that rare and magic monsters have better drops, obviously. Currency items and runic monsters are duped. They are duplicated, but this is a very rare remnant, and it's also, I believe, a prefix. So it's not on the white text, it's on the blue text. And it's very rare. I only saw 2 or 3 of these, I think, in 50 logbooks. I should mention that I didn't focus on getting artifacts. That is something that you want to do on League Start or if you are very low on artifacts. But since I knew that I was going to run 50 logbooks, one after the other, I really didn't focus on artifacts. But it's something that you can do. So, talking about the rerolls, the total investment was 22.1 divines, which is 555 exotic coinage. The total price of all the tabs, I got in total 6 tabs for Tujen Rerolls. So the total price was around 80.1 divines. But I got super lucky and I got a mirror shard. A mirror shard right now goes for 24 divines. So yeah, the total price without the mirror shard would be 56.1 divines. Now, it's not guaranteed to get a mirror shard. I was reading some players that did like 1,000 rerolls and they didn't get the mirror shard, so it's definitely not guaranteed. The total profit from the rerolls would be 58 divines with the mirror shard, 34 divines without the mirror shard. And To finish, the final price of everything, logbooks plus rerolls combined, 119.7 divines. 94.7 divines without the mirror shard, and the investment was 7.6 divines from the log. So just to finish, what to look for when rerolling Tujen. Obviously, look for divines, exalts, rogue markers are pretty decent. Stacked decks are definitely the big profit for Tujen. So buy all the stacked decks that you can see. Bridgestone Splinters, Simulacrum Splinters, Ritual Splinters, then Chaos Orbs, of course, Awakened Sextants, Regrets, Scours, Valorbs, Regal Orbs, they all have value when you sell them in bulk. Chromatics as well, they are decent. GCPs, Catalyst, Fossils, Scarabs, Essences, all of these have value if you sell them in bulk, so definitely buy them. Maps, gems, some of the gems will sell for a decent amount. The more useful ones, 10 to 20 chaos. Look for the Abyss Jewels as well, you might find some very useful ones. Cluster Jewels, maybe you get lucky and you get a nice one. The Ritual Splinters for the Ritual Vessels. Fusings, and well, I also buy Orbs of Alchemy, because I'm a solo cellphone player and I couldn't resist buying the Alchemy Orbs. But they are not the best for Tujen. But anyway, that's it for this video, this experiment with logbooks and expedition. Final thoughts, I definitely recommend doing expedition if you like it. It can be very profitable, especially Tujen. So thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye bye.